Hi, welcome to Chris Cook for YouTube. Tonight I'm going to be doing a very delicious but yet simple dessert. It is fried Oreos, and this is a very good recipe, a very good dessert if you just want something that's sweet and you want it in a hurry. So it only takes 3 ingredients in order to prepare this. So the 3 ingredients that we're going to be using tonight is we're going to use complete pancake mix, and it doesn't matter what type that you use as long as it is complete. Tonight I'm using buttermilk complete by Hungry Jack. Now you can use Aunt Jemima, you can use any kind you want to use, and you don't necessarily have to use buttermilk. I prefer the taste and texture of the buttermilk pancake mix, so that's why I'm using it. And of course you need your Oreo cookies, and these Oreo cookies have been sitting in the freezer for 6 hours, and you do need it to sit in the freezer that long because you don't want it to crumble once it starts to fry. The next thing that you're going to need is just some powdered sugar, and the only reason you need the powdered sugar is just to kind of sprinkle a little bit over the top once you have prepared this. Now you don't need to use powdered sugar, it's just a personal preference, and it adds a little bit of attraction to the fried Oreos. So tonight that's what we're going to be using. Now the reason why you want to use your pancake mix that is complete is because you don't have to add anything. You don't have to add any eggs or any milk or anything. The only thing you need to add is just your water. Now I'm not measuring this because I'm looking for a certain consistency, and I'm looking for just a little bit. You don't want it because I don't have a lot of Oreos. Let me just take this out. So I want to just add what I need. Now here I have some water, so I'm going to pour the water in. You're looking for a certain consistency. You don't want it to be too thin. You want it to be thick enough to coat the Oreo cookies. Now I think I'm going to add just a little bit more. I don't need to, but I want to add just a little bit more. Make certain that I have enough. Add some more water. So that's just my pancake mix and some water. Now I want you to look at this because I can take care of this. You see, this is too thin. Okay? So what I'm going to do is to add some more, because like I told you, it needs to be a little bit thick because it needs to coat the Oreo cookie. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. And it is a little bit thicker, as you can see. Now if you look at this consistency, see, I can wipe my fork through it and see how it's standing. That's what you're looking for. You don't want it runny. You want to be able to take the fork through it, and yet you get that line, you see? Okay, now the next part is very, very easy. So we're going to go over to the stove and we're going to make this. I'll see you at the stove. Now we're at the stove where I have some cooking oil, and as you can see, I got just enough to fry this. And I'm dropping in 4 Oreo cookies. You don't want to cook any more than 4 at a time, okay? That's enough. Or you don't want to cook, you don't want to overcrowd whatever you're cooking it in. Okay, now that I have this, I'm just going to take my fork, drip some of the excess off, place it down in. Now my stove is on medium, but even that is kind of high because you don't want them to brown too fast. And I'm turning mine in because it's easier. Okay. Now, you're going to let them fry for a minute. And I stepped away just to get a skewer. And I'm using a skewer. This is what you do your shish kebabs with. It's easier for me to turn with this. And I'm not using the pointed end. I'm using the straight end. And I'm just going to flip them. Watch me. Okay? You see that? Flip it. Now you can use a fork. You don't have to use that in order to turn it with, but it does not take a long time for this to cook. Now, once it cooks, you need to have a plate that you can allow it to drain on with some paper towel on the plate so that it can drain. Now, since I didn't have it, I stepped away to get it. So, as you can see, this is cooking up rather well. Totally coated. Flip it again. And you see, this is really fast. It didn't take me a long time to do that. These are very cold too. They're still cold. You can serve this with ice cream on the side. You can serve this with your, you can take some chocolate and drizzle on it. You can serve it with ice cream and chocolate together and then drizzle some additional chocolate down on it on the little plate. So in other words, you could take the ice cream and the Oreos together and then drizzle chocolate on it. Then you take them out and you put it on a pan so it can drain, or a plate rather, so it can drain. And then we're going to add the other. Now how fast is that? That did not take a long time at all. I flipped it, do another batch, put it in. As you can see, I'm coating it. Put it in. And see, my pancake mix is just thick enough. This tastes like a cross between a soft Oreo cookie and a funnel cake. That's the taste that you get. But these are oh so good. Oh so good. And I think that your family members will truly enjoy it as a dessert. I think that they will love it. Now you're going to let it brown. You don't want to let it cook too fast. You don't want to let it cook too slow either. So this is just about right. I have my stove set on a little bit under medium. So once I get finished, I'm going to allow it to cool for maybe about, I don't know, 10 minutes before I put some powdered sugar on it. And then I'll show you what the finished result actually looks like. Now you make certain that it browns on one side. And it's quick. What is it? About 5 minutes all total in order for you to do this. Then when it browns on one side, like I said, you can't flip it with a fork. This is better for me. And this is what I use when I'm making donuts. I flip it with a stick because it's cleaner and it's better for me to flip. I just take a skewer that I use when I'm doing shish kebab, and I do it. You can also do it with chopsticks. You flip it with anything. But if you don't have those available, don't go out to just buy that so you can flip it. Just go ahead and use what you have. Now, the reason why we use the, we needed it to be frozen, because if it's not frozen and the cooking oil heats the mixture along with the Oreo, you're going to have a mess everywhere. So you need to freeze them so that they can withstand that heat. But they break anyway, and they turn into cake and cream all mixed in with the pancake mix, which is actually just like the funnel cake. I'm telling you, it is really a good dessert. You would not think that it is good, but it is very, very good. And you can see, I mean, I'm doing the whole video just from being able to stand here and to put these things together. That's just my animal. Don't worry about him. Someone's coming through the door. So, now we have, I only had one tray of Oreo cookies, and I'm dropping in the last 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these out, flip them just one more time, and then once I take them out, I'm going to put in the last 3. Now you can see that the Oreo cookie is kind of showing through right here, but it did not split. It did not split. And my granddaughter, she came home from college, and this is what her and her college buddies do. And she told me that. She says, Grandma, I want to make you some fried Oreo cookies. And I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to like this. And I put it off for the longest. And finally, when she was getting ready to go back to college, she said, I'm going to go and make them tonight. Well, I couldn't refuse her. And she made it. And when she made it, they were oh so good. Until I told her, I said, look, I'm going to put these online. And she told me, she said, no, you have to sign a release form because you didn't want to do it at first. So, there. I'm going to put these down. Now, I have 3 more. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and cook these 3, and then I'm going to come back and show you the finished process. Okay, now we're back and they're all ready and they've cooled. So, let's put them on the plate. So, here I have a plate, and I'm just going to transfer them all to the plate. Okay. Now, we have them all on the plate. And what I wanted to do really is I wanted to show you how to sprinkle this. So you can get everything even. It's best that before you don't hold it over the top of whatever you're trying to coat and sprinkle it. Hold it to the side. And you don't need a lot. About a tablespoon of powdered sugar will do. And then just hit the side. And give it a light dusting. And you do want it to fall on the plate because that's the beauty of it. And you can sprinkle as much powdered sugar as you like. Now, again, I say you can serve this with ice cream. You can drizzle just a little bit of chocolate on your plate, and you can serve it with that. As far as just putting 2 on the side and then putting some ice cream and then drizzling some chocolate across. I wanted to show you this because this is so simple, it's so easy, and it is so delicious. I want to thank my granddaughter Tyler for giving me this recipe. Tyler, I told you I was going to copy it and I was going to put it online. This is great. If you and your buddies are eating like this, you all are really, really eating well. I wanted to show you this. It came out really, really well. And as always, thank you for watching Chris Cook for YouTube. This is just a PS to the video. I meant to show you how it looks on the inside. But if you can look at it, I did take a bite. You have the outside pancakes, which is like the funnel. Tastes kind of like a funnel cake. Then you have the Oreo cookie that is smooth. And then you have the cream that goes all between all of it. And I'm going to break it before you. This is so delicious, okay? I just had to come back and put that on there and try this. You're really going to love it. Bye.